Hey YouTube, I've got my most ambitious video yet available for you all and I am excited to share it. Who's there?
Spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning who?
Really?
Spoiler warning for this video. Outer Wilds is a game best played blind, and I'm going to be going through an incredibly important plot in this video, and I don't want to take that experience from you. So, if you're interested in the game, play first, then come back. Otherwise, welcome, and thank you for watching. And if you like what you see, please consider leaving a like, subscribing to the channel, and commenting below about which explorer is your favorite and why. Now, onward to adventure.
Ooh. Alright. We are going to try and finish the game today. So I think the plan is we're going to try and get that black hole core figured out. I don't know why, but it feels like the Ash Twin project is kind of like what all this is building towards, isn't it? Let's just chill on this planet for a little bit. I'll have to remember which tower leads to Brutal Core. Yeah. I mean, like, they basically told me it, didn't they? I mean, like, they were obtuse about it, but the way they pointed me in the right direction. Yeah, it's a direct reverse of it. It's like, probably because I had just come off of the high energy lab stuff. Oh, the sand cactus thing. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's because I had, like, just done a puzzle very similar to that. That I was like, oh, yeah, okay. I really hope that I wasn't supposed to go to Brittle Hollow first and do something with the black hole core to make this work, because otherwise it will have wasted everyone's time. Okay. Black Forge. Oh, hello. Exit to surface. Well, I don't want that. Okay, so there's the Black Hole Forge. You know, I came here, like, in a hurry at the end of my last cycle, so I didn't even realize that I was on these, like, gravitational paths. Be cautious near the boarding area while the Black Hole Forge is operating. Okay, so this is actually... I thought that I was below this thing, but I actually need to raise it up. And, okay, so I did need to go to Brittle Core first, raise the platform, and then come here. So, I guess the question is there a way to get back up top here? Oh, and that connects to here. It all makes sense. Chips on another planet. Got. Yeah, get got. I mean... Yep. Alright. Well, we now know what to do. It's just a shame that I wasted about 10 minutes of everyone's time there just walking around a planet when I could have been, you know, progressing towards my goal. Alright, so we're going to want to fly to Brittle Core, go into the underground city, raise the Black Hole Forge, fly over to Ash Twins. There you are. You know, I've never been the best with names. Deep Bramble, Dark Bramble. That one's for Deep Core. Bramble Deep. Or Deep Bramble, whatever. It's Brittle Core then. And I mean, I know what I'm referring to. That's all that really matters. Perfect. Time to go back. The interloper is interesting because I haven't seen a whole lot of like information on the interloper itself. Like they don't really talk too much about it outside of the expedition that went there. Yeah, because they make reference to like a fissure that's on the sun side of the interloper. Now, my initial thought is that maybe you need to wait for the interloper to get closer to the sun and melt the water that's on it so that you can like go underneath the core. Because when I was there, it was when the interloper was pretty far away from the sun. So when we do go there, that'll be the first thing I attempt to do. My favorite explorer? Probably Feldspar. He seems like the one that gives the least fucks out of all of them. He's just trying to do his own thing. Also, he's like kind of crazy. Though Chert's got the best design, little eggy boy. Right, Gabbro can't be... Well, I mean, Gabbro's just aware of this time loop, so he knows that it's not worth...
Yeah, well...
Yeah, Gabbro's just like chilling on his beachside villa. Unfortunately, the one that's like on Brittle Hollow, he's the one that like I've had the least chances to really interact with. Yeah, I didn't talk much with Rybeck, so I didn't get a chance to really get a sense of his character. Where am I taking the first black hole core? And where am I taking the remaining cores once they're ready? All of the warp towers are being constructed on Ash Twin, so the black hole cores will go there. My gratitude, in that case. Pokey, Clary, I'm leaving for delivery. I'll send Yarrow your regrets. Pokey, I'll return to the forge shortly. I'm going to catch up to Root and help him deliver the first core to Ash Twin, just to make up Yarrow and receive it. Of course you are. The white hole cores are for the warp receivers. Each of the 6 receivers are being constructed at different locations, so those deliveries will be a greater pain in your cervical spine. The tower designs in the high energy lab on Ember Twin reveal each receiver's location. Ask Yarrow Hayes for that. Of note, Yarrow believes he spotted a flaw in the warp tower's designs. Namely, that one of the warp towers on Ash Twin will never activate because its warp receiver will never align overhead. Does your romantic interest think a warp tower's alignment point is its receiver? Does he not know that a warp tower always aligns with the center of its corresponding astral body? That isn't an unreasonable belief, given the receiver does have to be located on, or in close orbit around, the relevant astral body. That was your understanding of warp technology at first. No, Yarrow understands the distinction. He likely doesn't realize the hourglass twins are so close together they function as a single astral body with a shared alignment point in between them. The alignment point is in between the two. Regarding the warp towers on Ash Twin, does each tower have to be perfectly aligned with the center of the astral body to which it is tuned? I enjoy precision as much as the next Nomai, but if, for example, a tower's base were to shift ever slightly, the tower might no longer align with its astral body. More accurately, I enjoy precision as much as the next Nomai, provided the next Nomai is not pokey. We don't need the alignment angle to be exact, it only needs to be within 5 degrees of the astral body's center. Of note, this gives us a slightly longer warp window. I imagine this window will last roughly several seconds. As such, any Nomai stepping onto the warp platform during the active window will be immediately warped. We will need to be careful around the platform for the duration of time it's active to avoid accidental transportation. Okay. So, we know that there's something up with the Ash Twins warp because they're close together. And we know that the angle changes, like it can be within 5 degrees. So, what would happen if, like, I went to one warp and then went back in within 5 seconds for them? Would it change where I'm teleported to? Also, what is this? We made it to the Black Hole Forge, and I think that gave us, like, the necessary information in order.
Nope.
Oh. Alright, well, that's not correct. Okay. I've been to Giant's Deep. I've been to the Sun. I assume each of these towers serve a function, but I was always confused as to why we have a tower here. Because, like, why would you need to be able to teleport to the Ash Twin, or to the Ember Twin, when it's literally within, like, jetpack distance? So I'm going to try and mess around here for a little bit. And we know that there are 2 towers here, but one of them, this one doesn't work. It just lets you get sucked up by the sand pillar. I think I'm going to try and do what my initial plan was, which was teleport to Ash Twin, step off the platform, and step back on it as quickly as possible. See if that does anything. Alright, go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Alright, no, that did not do anything. Okay. Alright. What is this? Alignment angle diagram. A diagram depicts the alignment angle between a warp tower and its corresponding astral body. Warp tower alignment angles are not exact. They only need to be within 5 degrees of the astral body's center. This results in slightly longer warp windows that last roughly several seconds. Anyone stepping onto the warp platform during the active window will be immediately warped. Okay. A warp tower's alignment point is not its warp receiver. Rather, a warp tower always aligns with the center of its corresponding astral body. The warp receiver must be located on or in close orbit around the relevant astral body. Why would they make that distinction? The hourglass twins are so close together they function as a single astral body with a shared alignment point in between them. All of the warp towers are being constructed on Ash Twin, while the 6 warp receivers are being constructed on different locations. 6 warp receivers. Cool. Okay. So, clearly this has something to do... This is what I need to do, is something with these warp alignments. Maybe I'm supposed to go into that second tower after the sand is no longer an issue, because there's like a time frame. Because they said there's 6 receivers, but I've only seen 5 warp points outside of that one. There's, let me just double check. There's the sand, there's the sun, there's Ember, the Ember Twin that I know about. There's the one that goes to Timberhearth, which I haven't used yet, but it looks like it's broken. There's the one that leads to Brittle Hollow. There's the one that leads to Giant's Deep. So that's 5. So the only one I could think of that I'm missing, yeah, would be the second one that's part of the twins. So maybe I'm supposed to go onto the warp after the sand goes by and it's safe to step on it, because there's the delay. Shipless percent and marshmallow percent are cool categories. Yeah, you've mentioned shipless percent a couple of times, and that sounds really interesting. Also, my understanding is that, like, once you know how to, like, beat the victory condition of this game, then it's, like, not that hard to accomplish. Fun. Come on. Well, alright. So, I'm gonna stand here, wait for the sand to pass by, and then try and step on the teleporter. Alright, let's see if this works.
Come on. Do it! Do it! Come on!
I'm
Come
here!
on! Come on! Do it now!
Maybe I missed my window? Alright, we'll try one more time. Alright. Alright, yep. That was what I was trying to do. 15 minutes, 28 seconds ago. Receiving data from previous cycles. Masks receiving data from probe tracking module. Giant Steep memory statue, Timberhearth memory statue. Time to read and pay attention. You got it. 7 minutes until end of cycle transmission. Alright, I got 7 minutes. Oh god, there's so much. Alright. Yarrow. Today we finished the excavation of Ash Twin. Here in this space we carved, we will craft our most ambitious project yet, the Ash Twin Project. Powerful enough to send information back in time. Okay, suspected that was the case. We also finished relocating all subterranean plants we met while digging. We'll need to keep our eye on how significantly we've altered the environment here. Hi, how far we've come since our experiments at the High Energy Lab. I still can hardly believe Raimi's hypothesis was true. Yarrow. Pokey just sent the warp core for the final tower to us from the Black Hole Forge. Now Ash Twin can be connected with Giant Steep, where Cassava is working with Avens to craft the orbital probe cannon, and where Phlox is sculpting the memory stack. Hypothesis. It was not by accident the core of our warp tower was the last to be forged. Hypothesis. The cores could have been forged faster if Cassava had interrupted my work less frequently to ask for updates. The important point is we are all connected through Ash Twin now, and also that I no longer needed for meditating your disagreements. Our friends on Giant Steep tested the orbital probe cannon today. Mallow tells me the cannon is doing well, and that Avens advocates for more launch power. If anyone can coax the maximum power from a device, Avens can. But then, if anyone can goad a device into exploding, that too is likely Avens. Perhaps I should check in with the orbital probe cannon crew in the interest of safety. Would it help to remind Avens that Mallow, his love, the one of the Nomai aboard the cannon, or is Mallow part of the problem? Phlox and Daz finished the memory statues today, and they are truly remarkable. When the Ash Twins project succeeds, or in the event it fails, the memory statues will activate, allowing us to gather more data before we shut down the project. Okay, so that's why I'm still in this cycle despite them having found the eye already, because they're wanting to gather more information still. Pi and Idia have worked hard on the Sun Station, and at last is complete. If everything goes as planned, this structure will prompt the Sun's explosion, which will in turn supply the power to the Ash Twins project required. Yeah, this is what I thought. It's like the reason they needed the Sun to explode to get enough power. For this, I'm impressed by their mental fortitude. This was the project's most difficult task in more ways than one. But didn't they say, like, it failed the logs on the Sun? We're nearly ready to activate the Ash Twins project. Here is what will happen. First, the Sun Station will receive the order to fire at the Sun, prompting it to explode. Using the energy from the resulting supernova, the Ash Twins project will send the order from the orbital probe cannon to fire back in time by 22 minutes. So, the Sun exploding is giving enough power for them to go back in time to fire an orbital shot, a shot from the orbital probe cannon. Exactly 22 minutes after these orders are received, the Sun Station will again trigger the supernova to send the probe data from this cannon launch back in time. In total, each cycle created by the Ash Twins project, precisely 22 minutes. We can end this cycle at will. These words are difficult to write. The Sun Station did not work. Okay. Suppose we redesign the Sun Station to generate power of that magnitude. A supernova is still our only viable option. However, this is the closest we have ever been. The Ash Twins project is theoretically sound. We are only unable to power it. Perhaps there is another way. I believe we can still find a way to create a supernova, my friends. Don't lose hope. This is easier expressed than accomplished. You can wait for the Sun to explode on its natural timeline if you prefer, Idia, but you'll need to find some way to halt our aging progress. Okay, so there was a log that said something about, like, this taking a long-ass time to do. We are halting our research into creating a supernova for this moment. A comet has newly arrived in the solar system, and we're anxious to explore it. It's been a very long time since we last explored something new, so we're excited to welcome this comet. Imagine what knowledge might be gained there. Okay. So, the Ash Twins project is they're trying to find the eye of the universe. To do that, they're sending off like probes in random directions until they finally get it. They only have enough power to make one shot with this probe, but by exploiting some kind of time loop, they're basically like gathering an infinite number of like variations of this one shot. But to get this like time like discrepancy, they need like a huge amount of power because they learned that when something travels through a black hole and a white hole, there's like a time difference. So their goal is to send information back in time. They're doing it in 22-minute intervals, and to get that much energy, they are harnessing the power of a supernova. So the Black Hole Forge was created to make like the little warp cores that allow them to travel between planets, because they needed like a lot of materials so that they could create the sun station, right? So there's the orbital probe cannon, which is shooting off the probe that is trying to find the eye of the universe. And in order for it to get enough power to get as far as possible, it basically needs to destroy the orbital probe cannon, but that's fine because they're doing a time loop, so it doesn't matter if it gets destroyed. And then we have the memory statues, which are like keeping track of the stuff through the time loops, and that's what we are connected to right now. So everything that we're experiencing is like being recorded inside of one of these memory statues. But because we're connected to the memory statue, we still retain our memories through the time loops, whereas people who aren't connected to the statues don't. And then the sun station was created in an attempt to intentionally cause a supernova in order to have enough energy for the Ash Twins project to function. But the sun station didn't work. It didn't cause a supernova. So it sounds like their next alternative was to just literally wait for a supernova to happen. So that's what's happening now, is we're just at the end of the life cycle of our sun. And then they said, well, guess our thing didn't work. Let's go check out the comet. Oh, I'm going to read. What do we got here? Artificial gravity control. You're about to access the core while the Ash Twins project is active. I'm not keeping my memory between loops. But it sounds like my character is aware of like these time loops, though. Like I've talked to people about stuff that has happened in other time loops, right? Each loop is deleted after that. My memory is being sent back in time to myself 22 minutes ago. Okay, so it's like I'm gaining the information from previous time loops, so it's like less of a memory and more of like just passing information forward. Moving the core will disable the Ash Twins project. Alright, so I guess this is how I turn off the project. Oh! What happens when you turn off it? I am very interested. Oh, the time loop stopped happening, right? So if the supernova happens, my stuff just doesn't get sent back in time, and that's just the end of the game, huh? Plug it in, plug it in, plug it in. Huh. Okay, so is that just like the end? So this is the end condition. It's just like stopping the Ash Twins project and accepting my own death. There's a true ending. It's a black hole and a white hole. Okay. Oh, okay. I know what I need to do. Okay, so I need to come here at the beginning of the cycle, grab this fucking thing, go to Dark Bramble, get to the interloper, plug this thing into there, and warp to the eye of the universe. Don't die or you're dead. If I die in here, like I'm actually dead. Oh, don't die here. Oh my god. Right, because you have the core. So if you die in there, that's just it. Alright. Let's try and... Actually, let's try and do the interloper first before attempting to do this.